this is bound to happen to everyone if there's no change.
I don't care what the people in charge do, but do something.
He was there, but then he wasn't.
Hell no.
After the shooting, I was begging my parents to let me go outside to play, but they wouldn't let me because they think that I would got killed.
I hate that we have to beg for safety, but I love that we can come together.
I believe in the power of thoughts and prayers. Prayers without action is not going to do anything.
Help me!
Hide, fight,
Help me, please!
on our YouTube channel
away from the
right
car.
after news
Please help me!
So if you're watching
Please help me!
don't go anywhere.
What the hell's going on?
Stay still.
On the
Stay still.
PBS
Help me!
Some PBS stations.
What the hell's going on?
And that is the news hour.
So obviously you were the one stealing the car.
What car?
Yeah.
Come here.
What
Yeah.
What car?
Didn't I tell you to behave
car,
last time?
truck.
What
It was some weird
thing?
piece of machinery.
Along the Columbia and Snake
No,
Rivers,
I was trying to escort him.
retrace the route forged by
What
Come on,
car?
let's
Just arrested.
more than 200 years ago.
Damn,
American
Jesus
cruise
Christ.
lines fleet of modern
You guys
riverboats
fucking suck. I was a hostage
through
inside a
American
bank.
landscapes to
Uh-huh.
historic landmarks, where you
I
can
got
experience
receipts.
local customs and cuisine.
I got
American
receipts,
Cruise
but
Lines,
alright.
proud sponsor of PBS NewsHour. The ongoing support of these individuals and institutions, and friends of the
I don't know what's going on
Jim
here.
and Nancy Bildner.
Yeah, I'll ride with you
Robert
right
and
now.
Virginia Schiller Foundation.
Do you wanna head up to Sandy to process them?
The Ford Foundation.
Yeah, we'll go up to Sandy. Let's take him over to Sandy to process.
For America at a Crossroads was provided by
Nah, that's too far. Just go over to Sandy. If you're running low on gas, we can stop by gas.
and with the ongoing
Does Sandy
support
have
of these individuals and institutions.
I don't think so. I think the PD is the only place that has those.
Nice. Just hold them.
Okay, let's just get gas and hold to the PD then for now, so we can
I'm
process
good
their
on gas.
fingerprints. Oh well, what's his face isn't? Jensen, I think needs gas.
This program is
Jensen?
made
Yeah,
possible
you
by
can
the
guess.
Corporation for Public
Alright, I'm just
Broadcasting
gonna head back
and
to
by
PD.
contributions to your PBS station from
Whoa.
viewers like you.
There he is.
Thank you.
Damn,
Should we
he's-
see how many criminals we can get in the back of the cop car or what?
I mean, we could fit another one.
Should we?
I don't
That
have a
guy's
car.
kind of a pain in the neck. I don't think. We'll get him later. He's a pain in the ass. I know. I don't want this guy to have to stay here that long.
You're watching PBS.
We'll get you a new squad car. And,
Damn it! I'm all like this guy. I'm all like I didn't want to pit him.
I didn't want to pit that motorcycle either.
I just said I'm all like fuck it. I'm gonna tase him off of it. I'm gonna slow him down and tase him.
He called us. He called PD and he was like, "You guys suck."
Yeah, well we got two of his friends.
What friends?
JD Vance far on the debate stage. We break down how the
We definitely got the one friend.
play into
Well, I got the one friend. This one was like an accident. Right place at the right time, I guess.
What is the guy that was
Where's
stealing
my?
the car?
I want to talk to an attorney.
Don't answer any questions of his until we
I
get to
want
this
an
thing.
attorney.
Did you read him his rights? Or did?
Not yet. We got the call like right away. He was he was walking away before I could do anything. We'll read him his rights once he's at the station.
Yep.
That's why I said don't answer any questions or
Welcome
anything.
to the News Hour. Fears of a regional war in the Middle East accelerated today. Iran is bracing for an Israeli response to yesterday's unprecedented ballistic missile barrage against Israel.
In Lebanon, Israeli forces have suffered significant losses as their ground invasion targeting Hezbollah militants pressed on today. 8 soldiers were killed in combat. Israel continued its bombardment both in Lebanon and Gaza, killing dozens. We have Nick Schifrin in Tel Aviv tonight and Layla Molana Allen in Beirut, and that's where we start our coverage.
War in the skies, and now on land too. Israel's first full-scale ground incursion into Lebanon for nearly 2 decades on Monday night met little
I got this one,
resistance. Today, a different
I
story.
might go rejoin the.
IDF soldiers
See if I
crossed
can get the
barely
other guy.
half a mile into Lebanese territory when they were ambushed by Hezbollah fighters.
Yeah, we'll process this with this one.
My condolences from the
Attempted, what is it? Attempted, oh wait, yeah, I think it's
Attempted what? I was walking on the fucking road.
War against Iran's axis of evil, which seeks to destroy us. This will not happen.
Hezbollah is keen to show
Oh, no,
it
I
remains
wasn't
ready
there.
to fight. Despite
Exactly, you don't
crippling
have shit on
attacks
me.
on its leadership and communications
Where's my fucking
network.
attorney?
The group has been preparing for this war for years and says
Okay.
most
Do you have
of its
any
weapons
weapons
are
on you, sir,
still
before I search you?
intact.
No.
In Beirut's
I
southern
told
suburbs
you,
of Dakhla
I was
today,
in a
amidst the
robbery
shattered
as a
ruins
hostage.
of residential apartment blocks. A Hezbollah spokesman accused Israel of targeting civilians.
Yeah, let him keep his phone.
For us, the goal of this large-scale destruction
Let him
of the
keep his
southern
phone.
suburb is destruction itself, killing, hatred,
Yeah, let him keep his
criminality,
phone.
and repeating what happened in the Gaza Strip. All the civilian buildings that were bombed in the suburb in the last week are purely civilian buildings inhabited by Lebanese civilians.
Nearly 2,000 people have now been
Let me
killed
read you
in
your rights really
just
quick, sir.
10 days.
You have the right to
Last
remain
night,
silent.
as
Anything
Iran
you
launched
say
its
can will be
largest
used
ever
against you in a
missile
court of
assault
law.
on Israel.
You have the right to an
The
attorney.
air was thick
You can
with
afford an
foreboding
attorney, one will be
in
provided
Beirut.
for you. If you
Iran
decide to answer
awaits
questions now
Israel's
without an attorney
response,
present,
but
you
the
will still
retaliation
have
in
the right to
Lebanon
stop
was
answering
swift.
at any time until
As
you talk to an
another day
attorney.
of devastating Israeli
Do you understand the rights that I have
airstrikes
just read to
leave
you?
dozens more dead, and many
With these rights in
thousands
mind,
more
do you wish to
homeless.
speak to me?
People here in Lebanon wait in fear to see what the next stage
Okay.
of this escalating
Can,
regional
uncuff
conflict
you now?
will bring. For the PBS NewsHour, I'm Layla Milana Allen on Lebanon's southern coast.
I'm Nick Schifrin in Israel, where today those Iranian ballistic missiles became tourist traps. In the southern Negev desert, the fuselage of a missile that can carry a 1,600-pound payload caused no damage. A U.S. official tells PBS NewsHour Iran tried to destroy its targets, but largely missed, and its missiles suffered a significant failure rate. One of the targets was the Tel Nof airbase, where today Israel's top officer delivered this threat.
You're a fucking asshole.
We know how to locate important targets. We know
You're
how
an
to strike
asshole.
with precision and power.
You caused this.
Help me!
No,
How did I
fuck you.
cause
Israeli
it?
officials
What did I do?
One official briefed on the matter told PBS NewsHour that Israel could target Iran's economy, but not its nuclear sites, a target that President Biden today opposed.
They have a right to respond, but they should respond in proportion.
Can you please take
US
these cups
officials
off?
say
Thank
the
you.
Israeli
I'm gonna
government
go
was
twerk.
less restrained
I'm gonna
since
twerk.
they killed Hezbollah
You ready?
leader
You
Hassan
wanna see this?
Nasrallah. In Gaza,
Shut the fuck
residents
up!
feel there's
About to
no
hang up on your
restraint.
bitch ass.
And
You're just
today
talking about
marked the
fucking
death of
subs and this
Jude,
nigga starts.
who just
Hey,
started
I'm a
his
fucking
life. This war spares no one.
Jeez,
Not the
son.
Can I
daughter
call my
who today
attorney
lost
now?
her mother.
I haven't been
Oh,
offered to
shut
call
the
to my
fuck up. I
attorney.
don't want to hear you.
Realize
Yeah,
she'd
you'll get
lost
your
her
phone call.
son.
Officer, come look at.
Gazan health authorities say
Officer!
in the last day, 70 were killed by Israeli airstrikes. Israel says it struck multiple UN shelters used by Hamas as command and control. Another Gazan laid to rest today, 38-year-old Sameh al-Asali, a resident of the occupied West Bank, and the only person known killed by Iran's massive missile attack.
As for Israel's response, U.S. officials tell me tonight they hope it's calibrated to allow Israel a military reply, but one that falls short of inspiring Iran to launch another round of missile attacks. For the PBS NewsHour, I'm Nick Schifrin in Tel Aviv.
We're learning previously undisclosed details tonight about former President Donald Trump's efforts to overturn the 2020 election. A newly unsealed 165-page court filing from the Department of Justice argues the former president should still face trial even after the U.S. Supreme Court ruled presidents have immunity for official acts. NPR's Carrie Johnson and former U.S. Attorney Mary McCord are following the latest developments. They join me now. Welcome to you both. So, Carrie, what do we know about why this filing was unsealed now by Judge Tanya Chutkan, and what stood out to you as you made your way through it?
Yeah, the Justice Department made this filing in response to what the Supreme Court did this past summer. The Supreme Court ruled that Trump and future presidents do enjoy substantial immunity from prosecution for official acts. But the special counsel Jack Smith and his team maintained that Trump was acting as a political candidate and not the president of the United States when he allegedly.
Hey, buddy, what are you doing back here?
This one decided he wanted to rob a fucking dump trunk for some reason.
Dude, I was stuck out in the middle of fucking nowhere. That wasn't me.
Sir, officer,
What?
put me and him in the same cell. We want to snuggle.
Absolutely not.
Please.
You were running away from the vehicle as I was approaching.
Yeah,
I was stuck at a fucking bank. He shoved me inside cars.
He shoved you inside cars?
Dude, I was part of a robbery. The robbery.
You were part of
as a hostage.
As a hostage?
Yeah.
Do these individuals have a name?
I know one of them, but I don't know if it's their real name.
Well, what's their name?
Diego.
Diego.
Yeah.
Diego. Oh man.
Diego.
Oh yeah. Apparently Diego forced this guy to be a hostage for a robbery.
Really?
He's giving names.
Are you the cop that like swerved out? Actions and his state of mind and his knowledge.
Giving out names now, man. That's interesting.
Hey, how about you tell us a little bit more?
Go ahead, come on.
All I know is Diego, and they just shoved me in cars. I don't know if that flagged me as robbing something, but like fucking, I was trying to fucking put my money away.
I'll be honest. Do you have any proof of this? Like, I know it's just word of mouth, but do you have any kind of proof? Pictures,
text or something.
Yeah. Vehicles that they stole, vehicle that they drove, anything like that.
They had black sedans.
Black sedans.
That definitely sounds like Diego's.
I mean,
they had
yeah, but it also
masks
sounds
on.
like everybody else in the damn city.
They had masks
every
on
game.
with vests with wings.
Well, I'm sorry, with what?
They have like vests with wings on them.
Vests with wings.
Yeah.
That's yeah. Well.
Oh well, no, that is definite proof.
Okay, that is. I can't argue with that.
Come on, man, dude. Like I was.
Point about showing his capacity as a candidate.
All right,
he has
let's
details about on when he's pressuring state legislatures, for example.
Okay.
Real quick, Adam RP. Government officials. He is, for one, only pressuring Republicans. He never calls, for example, the Michigan Democratic governor or Secretary of State to complain about election fraud. He only pressures Republicans, and in those states that are led by Democrats, he instead pressures state legislatures. He constantly refers only to his own race when he talks about fraud in the election, and never to the election more generally. So, in other words, claims of election integrity you would expect to be calling into question a number of different facets of the election.
You
motherfucker, you only on himself. So the judge really does paint quite a
GTA
vivid
evading,
picture
killing a
not
cop.
only the first
I didn't steal anything.
motion, which includes this
Hey, also, can you
extensive
stole my
factual
heart?
recitation, but
Get some
particularly in his
accusations out the
legal
way first.
analysis
Nah,
and
I'm
his
just kidding.
application of
Can we get
the
some
law,
accusations
the
out the way
law
real
that
quick?
the Supreme Court
You
laid down
got
in
GTA,
the
so
United States
what?
that's why I ran.
Bro,
You
you stole a
sexually
dump truck.
assaulted me, you
I
fucking
seen
liar.
you.
You
You
touched me
stole a
with your
dump truck,
fucking.
my man. You started
You
the hot wire
touched me
dump
with
truck.
your dildo,
I seen
you
you
fucking
do it. You
piece
ran
of
away
shit.
from him.
I'll tell them.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I don't even know what muscle
Tell
is.
them the truth. Tell them the truth.
Bro.
Upon receiving
They
a phone
didn't
call
do
alerting
anything,
him
I'm
has
sorry.
been taken to a secure location.
All I can get you for right now
Rushed to
is
the dining
GTA.
room
You
to
didn't
inform the
resist.
defendant
You
in hopes
didn't
the
run.
defendant would take action to
GTA is a
ensure
good
Prince's
go.
safety.
Okay, trust me.
Instead, after he delivered the news,
You
the
don't do any
defendant,
jail
whose
time.
former
You
President
just do a
Trump
fine.
looked at him
That's
and
it.
said, only
Let me guess, and the
so
fine's
what?
fucking $10,000.
What else do we learn?
No.
No.
It was 10,000, but I guess we're lowering it.
Yeah, we're gonna lower it
Then President Trump
Hey,
just for
you
tonight.
fucking brokey.
from these
Hey,
Oh my
pussy.
God. The GTA fine right now is $4,000.
Conversations that Pence had with Trump,
Shut it.
as well as Pence's.
Don't
It's been happening all night.
I'll
do
something to you
right here,
right now.
You guys suck, though. I wouldn't mean the situation if you guys wouldn't have
Giuliani, law professor
Come in
here.
If you guys wouldn't have one after them.
These bogus claims.
It was in progress. It was like 3 hours.
Fight?
That bank was being robbed.
Oh man, I think I know what I gotta do.
Right, I billed you $4,000. Did that work?
And so they
Did that come through?
I don't have my phone.
Tried to signal that he had the
Come
power
to the bar.
the will of millions of voters, and Pence wasn't buying it, nor was
Who's
one
gonna
of his
steal your
legal
money?
aides.
Sorry about that.
January 6th committee, and we get a lot of detail about that. Pence basically says to Trump, "Why don't you try again? Sit this one out. You can try again in 2024." And Trump and his top aides were just not having it. In fact, Trump called Pence on January 5th, the morning of January 6th, asked him to be tough, and Pence was under enormous pressure, as we saw.
Ooh, delivery service, how may I help you?
Fuck this game.
Refused to go along with
Mary, there are some newly disclosed details in here, some newly confirmed details. Much of it was also known from the results of the January 6th hearings, but the big question is now what? What kind of impact will this filing have on the case moving forward?
What do you mean emails?
Right, so now it will be Mr. Trump's legal counsel's turn to file a response to this and make arguments in opposition to Jack Smith's arguments. So he has argued that for each facet of the scheme, Mr. Trump's conduct, well, first of all, for his pressure on his vice president, where the Supreme Court said that's official.
Sorry, what was that?
A showing and an argument.
Where's the fucking attorneys? These cops are fucking crooks.
What happened to you now?
Dude, I'm fucking jail. I ain't so shit. They're trying to fucking get me for fucking GTA.
Would not create any danger.
Officers, I have a question out of RP.
What happened?
They're saying I stole some bullshit truck, which I didn't.
Is a current,
How did you get back to the city?
current ongoing scene, correct?
They fucking tackled a cow. They ran over someone's fucking cow.
Would you shut the fuck up, you stupid little fat bitch? Fuck!
No, fuck you.
Fuck you, you little brown-haired bitch! Let me out of this cell! Fucking show you who's your little fucking daddy, bitch! Peter, fat ass!
Frank, you don't have your phone. You can't.
Let me out of this fucking cell.
I'm in jail. I'll take a picture.
Let me out of this fucking cell. Let me out of this fucking cell. Let me out of this fucking cell. Let us fucking fight. Let us fucking fight.
Wait, guys.
No, that's very illegal. That is very illegal.
I will fucking pay you.
Hey, bro, it's late, bro. No one has to know, bro. We won't even talk about it.
I don't have any money. I'll pay you when I get out. Fucking, hey, put us in the bigger cell now. Come on. Come on, please. Something will happen that you guys don't want to happen if you don't.
Why'd you hang up?
I sent you a picture.
Something's gonna happen that you don't want to happen if you don't put us in the cell.
In Georgia today,
Yeah,
Vice President Kamala Harris arrived
I'm not
to
paying
survey the
$5,000. This is
aftermath
fucking
of
stupid.
Hurricane Helene.
I'm here
Something's
today
gonna happen.
to thank
you
all
pay
of those
$5,000
who are
You have to. Oh god,
to
seatbelts.
get folks the
Oh, wow,
support
man.
and the relief
20 minutes.
that they
20 minutes.
so desperately
Yo,
need.
put us in that fucking big cell right now.
I can't do that. I am a lawful police officer.
Alright, well then y'all might want to leave the room.
I'm to visit you. I'm not an attorney, and they might not let me in.
You're in your own cell.
You'll see what I'm finna do.
Can we search him to see if he had
They,
any?
they still haven't offered me my attorney, and there's no attorneys in Los Santos. How does that fucking work?
Bro.
Yeah.
There are, they're just not in city right this moment.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Well, murder them!
I'm sorry!
Fuck that guy, he talked too loud, man.
And Donald Trump's running mate,
No!
Senator J.D. Vance, rallied crowds in
Hold on,
Michigan.
hold on. I'm trying to fix my game. Ignore it. I'm trying to fix my
You
game.
have a right to an attorney if
Hold on.
one is available.
I'm trying to fix my. You fucking dumbass.
Thank you for joining us.
If
In
one's
the vice
available,
presidential debate last
fucking
week, Vance came out
stupid.
I was trying to fix my game, asshole.
You can't expect an attorney to sit awake for one person to get arrested every 8 hours.
But I expect 8 cops to be online all time.
He was asked about the Middle East and whether Israel should preemptively strike at Iran.
All right, Nick.
Iran
who?
Israel's
All right,
ability
Justin.
to be able to defend itself is absolutely fundamental.
That was perfect. You gotta admit, that was good.
Fundamental. And ending the humanitarian crisis.
Dude, I put the shit back because I had it out when you guys arrested me.
Agenda,
You have a bigger choice than I do.
Moderators
I
asked
know.
him about former President Trump's vow to
Now I'm
carry out
charged with
mass
like murder of a
deportations.
fucking lawful.
I think the
I don't
first
really
thing
know.
is we start with the criminal migrants.
That's
About a million of those
fine.
people have
He's a
committed
rent-a-cop,
some
though. He don't
form of
And how
crime.
many?
They have visitors.
Crossing the border illegally.
No way.
How many years? How many months? How many
That's,
minutes?
you guys are gonna be in here. You're gonna be in here
I got a question
for
for you.
30 months.
For 30 minutes?
Yeah, 30 minutes.
Inflammatory false statements about Haitian migrants
That's
in
gay.
Ohio.
So you're
I
on
believe
duty.
Senator Vance wants to solve this.
No!
By standing with Donald Trump
he's undercover. Good
and
to
not
know.
working
I'll see you
together
next
to
game.
find
Hey.
a solution, it becomes a talking point. And when it becomes a talking point like this,
Hey, I still got my
Yeah,
phone. I'll
I
just
see
watch
what
it on
it is.
YouTube.
Other human beings.
You let him
What I'm
have his
most worried
phone.
about in Springfield, Ohio, are the
Yes, you
American
gotta let me have my
citizens
phone,
who
okay?
had
You
their
have
lives
to.
Anything?
destroyed by Kamala Harris's
Please.
open border.
The moderators
Did
stepped
you
in
call
with one of
your
just 2 fact checks
friend,
in the
attorney,
debate,
anybody?
sparking a
Closed.
fire
Have
resistance.
visitors.
Guys.
Please just keep my phone, please, so I can watch some while I'm sitting
does
here.
have a large number of Haitian migrants who have legal status, temporary protected
Well,
status.
Margaret,
Nora?
but
Thank you,
no,
Senator.
no,
We have
no,
so
first-
much to get to.
Margaret, I think it's important
We're
because
gonna turn out of the
How do I do it?
the
How do I
the
take my
majority
pants
of
off?
people are gonna fact
How do I
check.
take my
Another
pants off?
substantive contrast came
Touch me.
over
I'm
abortion.
not touching you.
Vance was
There's
asked
bars
about
on the
his
way.
previous support of a national 15-week
So, hey,
ban.
let me
He called it
send you
a
my
national
phone number real
standard,
quick.
and pivoted to say Republicans have to do better in explaining their position.
As
Better
a
not come in here,
Republican
you
who
motherfucker.
proudly wants to protect
Is
innocent life
Lucas
in
on
this
duty?
country, who proudly wants to
Yes.
protect the vulnerable, is that my party, we've got to do so much better of a job
Where is he?
at earning the American people's
good
trust
question.
back on this issue where they frankly just don't trust us. And I think that's one of the things that Donald Trump and I are endeavoring to do. I want us as a Republican Party to be pro-family in the fullest sense of the
Hey,
word.
the car's
But
gone.
Walz found his
Hey, that
footing
stupid Mick
and
leave already?
blasted
Is he already
Vance's
out here?
words
It's
as
fine.
masking a GOP
I don't know.
that he sees as
Hey,
oppressive.
stupid
But,
broke bitch, you still here?
How can we
Yeah,
as a
I'm here.
nation
Hello?
say that your
Oh, the
life
other nigga, no, the other
and
one.
your rights
Hey, you
as a
dumb little
basic
bitch in the
as
other
the
cell,
right
you
to
fucking fat
control
ass,
your
you
own
still here?
body is determined on
Yeah, I'm
geography.
doing your mother.
Donald Trump is trying to
You
figure
couldn't
out
be,
how to
she-
get the political right of this. I agree with a lot of what
He's 6
Senator
feet
Vance
deep.
said about what's happening. His running mate, though, does not, and that's the problem.
Boy, shut the
The
fuck
debate
up.
was
man,
often
just- hey,
substantive
bro,
and
just wait till we get
notably
out
more
here, bro.
convenient than past face-offs,
Yeah, straight
ending
up,
on
wait
a
till we get out of
question
this
and key
bitch, you're
exchange
fucking
about
done.
democracy.
You dead.
Vance in the
Straight
past
dead.
has said he would
Yo,
try to block the
Rain,
2020
go to the car.
results. He was asked if he would challenge
Sounds
election
better
results
too, dude.
this year if he loses.
Look, what President Trump has said is that there were problems in 2020, and my own belief is that we should fight about those issues, debate those issues peacefully in the public square, and that's all I've said, and that's all that Donald Trump has said.
But Walz criticized Vance for not acknowledging the election results and Trump's relationship to the January 6th Capitol riot.
This is one that we are miles apart on. This was a threat to our democracy in a way that we had not seen. And it manifested itself because of Donald Trump's inability to say. He is still saying he didn't lose the election. I would just ask that.
Hey,
Did
man, I
he
got a
lose the
question.
2020 election?
Tim, I'm focused on the future. Did Kamala Harris censor Americans from speaking their mind in the wake of
Hey, so
the
is my
2020
time- is my time
COVID
started?
situation?
That is
Has
a
she
damning,
tried to-
that is a damning non-answer.
Elsewhere, at
What
a
about mine,
Wisconsin
bitch?
news conference last night, Trump himself also
See
had
how-
a
okay,
telling
cool.
non-answer to
What
the
about
same
me, bitch?
question.
I literally was arrested for like
I'll let you know in about
20 minutes in a car.
33 days.
Hey, over here, motherfucker!
Still, many questions about
What the fuck?
For the PBS
Oh
News
my
Hour.
What is even that? You look like a fucking butt plug.
Over here.
Tiger, you should have shot that thing.
Yeah, for real.
Dude,
Holy
where's
fuck.
Lucas?
I'm right here.
Arrested.
We start the
Excuse
day's
me,
other
man with the pink
headlines.
hair.
Come on,
Is there
man,
a
you know I'm
reason you look like a
reformed.
butt plug?
No, you're not.
No, I'm not.
Hell,
Duty
can he
troops
say
to
that?
the region to help with aid efforts. The announcement came
feel like
just
that's
hours
sexual
before his
harassment.
visit to the
Can I,
Carolinas
Oh
today
my
to
God.
survey the
Charge
devastation
that.
left
You wanna
by
file
the
charges? You
storm.
can add that.
Can I?
Biden
Yeah,
touched
I'm
down
really
in
thrilled about
Greenville,
that.
South
She's a
Carolina.
prostitute.
Oh, you're just mad that your fucking titties are small.
I am many
Raleigh,
things,
North
and it is
Carolina.
that
He
they are
committed
not
to
small.
cover
Thank you very
every
much.
Fuck.
all costs
Yeah, shoot him again. He hasn't learned his lesson.
Please shoot me. Fucking take me out of my misery right now. Take that fucking shotgun off your back and blow my fucking head off.
I'm trying to kill
Kurt
myself.
Cobain his ass.
I'm here to say.
Kurt Cobain his ass, it's crazy.
The nation has your back. We're not leaving
Hey, you guys want to know something funny? These dumb fucking cops forgot to take my gun when they put me in here.
Are still navigating knee-deep muck, crumbled roadways, and little to no.
Yeah, the other fucking retard. You should fire him from the force. He's fucking retarded. He got his fucking nose beat in with a gun.
He's gonna get judged.
And shot.
Addressed the dock workers strike.
Fucking
Oh
retard.
my
God. Are you taking a picture of me?
Top of the storm. Mr. Biden was highly critical of the port owners, saying they should not profit from the ongoing walkout.
Yo, how do I
adding
do that, Rain?
It's time for them to sit at the table and to get the strike done.
No, come back.
Nigga, what numbers, bitch?
Walked off the job this week at dozens of ports from Texas to Maine. They're calling for higher pay and guarantees that their jobs won't become automated. There are currently no negotiations.
Oh, dude, this fucking sucks.
In Denmark, police have detained 3 young students.
What do you mean?
In connection with 2 explosions near the Israeli embassy in Copenhagen.
Butt plug.
Investigators say no one was injured by the pre-dawn blasts, which were
Fucking
likely
anal
caused by
bead.
hand grenades. They went off about 100 yards from the embassy, although it's not clear if that
Yeah,
was
go to the other room, you fucking pussy ass
Jewish
pig.
school in the vicinity closed for the
Oink,
day,
oink,
and
bitch.
Copenhagen's main synagogue stepped up security for the Jewish
Fucking
New
docking
Year
with a butt plug over there.
Turning now to Ukraine, where the fall of a frontline town has given Russia a vital battlefield victory. Ukraine's military.
Yeah, don't apply, bitch. You're gonna deal with me the whole time. I'm gonna make you I'm gonna make your life a living hell.
Its high elevation and access to rail lines make it a strategic hub for the region. Russia had been bombing the site for months, and a spokesman for Ukraine's military command said troops
Help me!
surrounded by Russian forces.
I guess you could. I guess you're going.
What the fuck? Why is he naked?
In long-lasting battles, a
threat
threat
of
of
besiegement
besiegement.
Why the fuck are you?
I can't get up.
Get the fucking naked
Why are you
monkey away
treating
from
him
me!
like fucking Al Qaeda?
Personnel and military
Let me
officers
get the naked
He's
monkey
not
away
going
from
to
me.
explode. He's already been arrested.
Comes amid repeated pleas by President Volodymyr Zelensky for permission to use Western
I'm
supply
trying to get
weapons
up. Give me a
strike
second.
Targets deep inside
I can't get
Russian
up.
territory. The U.S. and
Tase
others so
me.
far denied those
Tase me.
requests. The CIA is
Just tase me.
trying to make
Press
it
your right
easier
control
for
muscle.
You
potential
gotta
informants to
you gotta
share
flex your right
tips,
control muscle.
especially
Tase me.
in
Your left
North
control
Korea,
muscle.
Iran, and China.
Oh,
The agency
shit.
rolled
Thank
out
you.
an online drive today with instructions in Korean, Farsi,
What?
and
No.
Mandarin on ways
My
people
God.
can contact U.S. intelligence
Take a picture of me,
officials
please.
without putting themselves in
Oh
danger.
yeah.
That includes
Do I ever
using
face a
virtual
judge?
private networks or
I love
VPNs
this.
and private web browsers.
Fucking butt plug shape
The
ho.
CIA posted similar instructions in
Nick,
Russia 2
I mean,
years ago
Justin,
after the
Justin.
Ukraine invasion.
Justin.
In a statement, the agency said it
Do I ever
wants to
face a
expand
judge,
on
or
those
is it
efforts,
that
quote,
fucking
to make
too
sure
far for the
Indian
No, you
and
don't. I already
other
served time.
Afghan
No, you
regimes
don't.
know that we're open for business.
Oh my God.
You can ask me.
Arguments began
I've already
today
served time. No,
over
you
the
don't.
trial of 3 former Memphis police officers charged with violating the
that
civil
all for
rights
you
of
guys?
Tyree
Yeah,
Nichols.
I think so. I think we're
Prosecutor
good to go.
Catherine Gilbert told jurors
Bye,
that the
asshole.
officers involved wanted a quote beatdown.
Buy you butt
after
plug
the
shaped
29-year-old
fucking pink
ran
thing
from
with the anal
police
bead on
after
top of her
a
head.
stop last year.
Give
A
it a
lawyer for one of the
rest.
officers
You suck.
insisted that quote the force was
Oh,
not
womp womp.
excessive.
Go work your little garbage job, pussy.
From other brain injuries.
Trucking your ass like that
To
in jail
Darius
for some
Bean,
reason.
Demetrius
Damn
Haley,
straight
and
I will
Justin
be.
Smith did not testify at the trial. The 2 other officers
He
who were
threatened me
involved
with shit with a
pleaded
butt
guilty
plug
and
shaped
testified
girlfriend.
for the prosecution. On Wall Street today, the major markets.
Oh,
ended
shoot me, Daddy,
virtually
shoot me.
unchanged amid
Shoot
ongoing
me,
worries
motherfucker.
about the situation
Do it,
in the Middle
bitch.
East.
Do it.
The Dow
Where the
Jones
fuck is
Industrial
my
Average
car?
added about 40 points
I don't know
on
what
the
to
day.
do.
The Nasdaq
I've already
rose
served
nearly
like
15
fucking
points,
35
with
minutes
small
in
gains
here.
there. The S&P 500 ended the day virtually flat. And voting has begun in one of the most hotly contested elections of the season. We're talking, of course, about Fat Bear Week. It's an online contest pitting 12 chunky bears in a March Madness-style bracket to decide which one has put on the most weight ahead of the hibernating season. This is the 10th annual Fat Bear Week, which is meant to celebrate Alaska's brown bears. Last year, more than 1.3 million votes were cast. Voting runs through October 8th.
Dickheads.
On the News Hour, as Generation Z overtakes the
He got out of jail already. He got out of jail. He's gone. I'm the only one here.
Members
No,
of the
the
U.S.
police.
Postal Service sound the alarm about a lack of preparedness for the election. And the authors of a new book on Elon Musk's control of Twitter discuss his controversial impact on the platform.
I called him.
This is the PBS NewsHour from the David M. Rubenstein studio at WETA in Washington, and in the West from the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism at Arizona State University.
Hurricane Helene made landfall as a Category 4 storm in Florida, but its towns across western North Carolina, hundreds of miles from the coast,
Officer Lucas of the LSPD speaking.
above sea level,
Can you let me go now?
some of the worst destruction. Communities
We'll be right back with you.
I will not drink Cobain anymore.
Maybe no such thing.
This guy's freaking me out.
Yeah, well,
I hope so.
just stay in the
check your
perimeter.
birdie app, you'll
around.
see
Up in the
I'm
hills
innocent.
with lots of fresh water often ranks high on lists of
Fucking
so-called
Negro.
climate-safe cities. But experts are
El
skeptical of
Negro.
the idea that any community is truly out of reach of the impacts of climate change. This storm has driven that point home in the worst way possible.
Okay,
To discuss how a warming world impacts us all and what individuals and communities can do about it, we are joined by climate expert Alex Steffen. He writes the newsletter, The Snap Forward. Alex Steffen, so good to have you on the NewsHour. I mean, as I mentioned, Asheville for years has had this reputation as a haven, a place you could go to live a safe life in the woods and in the hills, insulated in some way from climate change. What does this storm tell us about that conceit?
Well, I think it tells us three things. First, I think it tells us that nowhere is totally safe. And second, I think it tells us that while there are places that are relatively safe compared to others, even those relatively safe places can have a tragic disaster. And that means, the third thing, that we all have to be thinking in our own lives, in our own communities, about how we're going to prepare for what's coming and ensure that we have the best chances.
As you mentioned, some places are more resilient than others and potentially more protected than others. But do you think it's even a wrong question for people to be thinking about moving to a place that is quote unquote safe from climate change?
Well, the way I like to talk about it when I teach classes and do talks is that the thing we want to think about most is moving away from risk. There are places that we know for sure have very high and rising risks. There are places that have fewer risks. And I think that if you live in a really dangerous, vulnerable place, moving is, in fact, probably the best thing you can do. And I think millions of people in America will be moving over the next couple decades.
I mean, as you're talking, I'm thinking about, I mean, apart from the human toll that these disasters cause, there are so many embedded assumptions
You're in jail, stop calling me.
where we live. The
oh my
houses
God.
people buy, the mortgages that banks give, the business.
If you open up the birdie app, you'll see me as a hostage.
I know. Those are all done with an assumption of certainty, and this seems to call all of that into question.
Absolutely. You know, we built these great lives for the needs we had in the past, and we have, you know, thriving communities, and you know, folks have homes and businesses and infrastructure that were all built for how the world worked a couple decades ago. But the world doesn't work that way anymore. So there's been a discontinuity. What we're used to thinking about, what we thought we knew, how we
Can I
act,
come out of
and our
jail yet?
expertise, all that is up in the air now, because now we need to think and act in new ways. That's a really hard thing for people to get their heads around.
Really? Why?
Right. In fact, the data, I think, indicates that people,
I've already served like
rather than
30
doing
minutes.
What you're
Joe.
suggesting, moving away from risk, are in fact
I should
moving
be let out.
into risk. They may not be doing it intentionally, but they're moving to areas that we know are more and more dangerous. What should individuals do to try to make an assessment about smart moving if they're going to do so?
Well, at the very basic level, we should be looking to resources like the FEMA risk maps that exist, and making sure that we're not moving.
Don't let me out of jail, you fucking piggy.
But at a larger level, we need to be thinking on a broader scale and understanding that each person's answers will be different based on their community, their politics, their race, their creed, and that each person
Holy
also...
moly, please.
You're
in jail, you do not have your phone.
I'm hungry.
And so we need to
keep
digging into what actually makes
Chipotle.
the place safe, not just how endangered is it by
You shut
climate
up, you
change
fat
and
ass.
other ecological problems.
I'm hungry for
but
Chipotle.
How well
Fuck,
is the
man.
community coming together? How effective is local government?
It also seems that the role of government plays a big part here.
Hey, I got a
every
person
time we
outside of the
rebuild a coastal
hospital
community that has been leveled
over here
multiple times by storms, you're
what's this?
signaling to people it's okay to move
Like
back
the
here.
city
It is
hall
okay
kinda,
to
I
live
think.
near this beach or on this
Or,
slipping wetland. I mean, what role would you like government to take?
Yeah, I'll
broadly
tell you the
speaking?
exact road.
Well, in an ideal world, we would be moving much faster to head off further climate change by lowering our emissions, and we would be engaged in a nationwide process of helping people who are at most at risk
I think
have
so.
supported
I
migration away
think
from
it's
those coasts,
Elgin
meaning
or
that they have
whatever, yeah.
resources and help to actually make these moves, but also that we're making some tough choices, doing some triage about what places can
there's a
easily
naked
defend
dude like
and what
running
places
around
might be a
everywhere
little too hard to save.
saying he's
And
gonna like
unfortunately, we
fuck
are at
people
that
and
point
kill
of
them
things. We
or
can't
whatever.
save everything, so we've got to be smart
Or, like,
about where
eat
we
'em.
put our dollars. Right now, we're not even being smart about
all
it. We're
black
barely doing
male,
anything.
like
So we need to
goatee,
do a lot better.
dreads.
I mean, it does seem like the incentives are running
He's
completely in the wrong
got
direction.
tidy
It's very
whities
difficult
on
for a
and
local
nothing
leader
else.
to say no to those new housing permits and tax revenues out of
Yeah.
concern.
And by
for
the way,
this,
let me out of jail.
what's often thought of as a future risk.
Yeah. I mean, if there's any lesson that we've learned from Helene and other storms and disasters, it's that we used to think of climate change as being something that would happen elsewhere sometime in the future and was somebody else's problem to worry about. And none of those things are true. It's here, it's happening where you live, and nobody's coming to save you. You've got to be part of the solution in your own life.
All right, Alex Steffen, who writes the wonderful newsletter, The Snap Forward, thank you so much for being here.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Hi, officer. Walk around. All right.
I don't know what's going on. I don't know why they left you.
This year, for the first time,
Can we go
members
now?
of
It's been like 40
Generation
minutes,
Z,
dude.
those born after 1997, are expected to
Fucking-
outnumber baby boomers in the workforce.
What-
They bring
what's
with
the-
them,
what's the
like
deal with
past
the guy with the suit?
generations, different expectations, attitudes towards upper management,
Why is he
and views
showing
on
me?
the importance of work in their daily lives. Stephanie Tsai has more in a moment, but first, let's
He
hear
should
from
be
workers in those different
free, right?
generations.
I'm Chris Hicks, 29.
I've been in here for like 35 minutes already. I got told time was 30.
Yeah, we're just letting go.
I am Generation X. I am based in
Oh,
Springfield,
you're running
Illinois.
around these.
I work in state government,
Come on,
and I
let's go.
am a learning and development manager.
What about the?
My name is Gabriel Kasul.
This
I'm a
way?
retail sales associate and part of Gen Z.
Oh.
My name is Lucinda
One of the civilians
Manley.
wanted to press charge.
I work in Florida
Sexual
in the
harassment.
insurance industry and have for over 40 years.
Why are you so fast?
And
Come
I am
on.
the boomer generation.
I
Come
would
on,
say
this way.
for a good portion of my career, I did make work my
Jesus,
identity.
did you have a coffee?
I am not proud of that. It would be to the point
Officer Lucas
where
of the LSPD.
I was working every evening, all the time on the weekends. There were many times where my partner would take the laptop out of my hands as we were in bed.
I had to force myself to work within certain
I'll
hours.
investigate that right now then, right
turn
now.
off my phone afterwards, right? Just so that way I
Come
can maintain some sort of.
Sorry for that, man.
What? My relationships and conflicts.
I was working for a company
Give you a what?
that we had.
Can you at least give me a ride to my car since I get robbed from it?
My daughter at the time was
Where's your
going
car?
to take her driver's test. In the middle of all of this, I was doing a certificate of insurance. And I remember her telling me, "Mom, can you stop working? I'm learning to drive. I'm taking my test. Can you focus on me for a change?" That was sort of a epiphany
Hard
for
work.
me to know that it was getting to be too much. You know, the strong work ethic was actually ruling not just my life, but the life of my family.
Gen Z is finally taking the stance on demanding what
Oh,
boundaries
there's
should be
your
set,
friend.
what rules should be followed. We're being asked to take on jobs of 3 to 4 different people.
Hey, buddy.
Okay,
meet those
so,
expectations
what I
and
got
then
told-
exceed expectations.
Oh my God.
all
You deserved
while
it.
being paid.
I deserved it. I was walking back.
Quite frankly,
Here,
me
look,
and my
you said
generation,
some unsavory
we
things to them.
don't see
so
that
they can
as
just-
a
so they can hit
substantial
their
way
car?
of living.
Because I said the
People like
unsavory
to tout
things.
that they work 60,
What?
70 hours a week, but we ask the question,
You're acting
what
really-
is that life? Is that really living?
How should I
For
put
me,
this?
there's never really been
Got
a
a character
reward for all
acting
the hard
a little
work.
bit too much for
Don't
them.
get me wrong, I have a
You
great
feel uncomfortable?
job.
Oh,
But it
I
never
got you. I
really
got you.
came with
Yeah.
the rewards that
Oh, I got
thought,
you.
especially monetary rewards.
standards.
New character. They feel
harassed.
harassed.
Go out and
They feel like unsafe. They can most definitely, use whatever force necessary to get away or protect
those things
themselves.
are more important. This work is the foundation, and it feeds all the things that I need. That I really prioritize.
That's wild.
What I wish I would have known starting my career.
If you're injured, the hospital
is,
is just a ways away. I just saw you have a card. You can drive over there.
Coupled to the work that I'm doing.
Wait. So out of
Really
RP, so I offended them. They triggered.
Yeah, a little bit.
Really
Oh, my
into
bad.
the
Yes, yeah,
millennials,
they're gonna have to
you know,
die.
where it's like,
Okay,
okay, 5
cool.
o'clock
I'll see you.
I'm
Have you
done,
guys have a nice night.
no weekends and all that. So I'm really taking a cue from that generation.
Older generations will constantly say that we are lazy, we don't want to work, we just want handouts.
Okay,
And
so
in
where's your
reality,
car?
We want things to be
Hardwick
fair,
and Meteor?
We want things to be acceptable.
Who
when
the
it
heck
comes
is that?
to pay, for
That's like
example,
leaving.
the cost of living has gone up, and
Yeah,
companies are making record profits, and we're just not seeing that down at the bottom.
For more, I'm joined by Kyla Scanlon, a writer and content creator that focuses on economics. Kyla, thanks so much for joining the NewsHour. You know, you heard from that last comment that we just played from Gabriel, the Gen Zer, a lot of the things that you talk about on social media, which is the idea that Gen Zers feel they can no longer achieve the American dream by working. Is that the reason why a lot of Gen Zers have simply decided to forego work?
No.
Yeah, I mean, I think
cop?
Gen Z has had a tough
Cap, bro, you're a cop. Alright, bro, I need you to do me a favor.
I'm not a fucking cop.
Oh, you're not a cop, really?
No, you can talk to that dickhole.
It's all quite difficult, and I think the relationship between the employer and the employee has deteriorated significantly over the past 25 years or so. And so a lot of Gen Zers look at the traditional 9-to-5 structure.
Okay.
Like, that doesn't necessarily
mark it on.
offer
Here, let me
me
clear the
what
map
it
for you.
maybe offered my parents
All right,
or
go ahead
grandparents.
and
So they seek out
mark it on the map for me,
flexible
please.
work arrangements. They seek out, you know, maybe consulting or different types of freelancing work versus going after a more traditional corporate structure.
You talk a lot about housing affordability as being part of that American dream. There has been some data in the past year that shows younger workers within Gen Z have actually seen about an 8% rise in wage growth. That's more than the overall population. Why isn't wage growth enough to offset those financial burdens that seem so keenly felt by Gen Zers?
Yeah, I mean, I think housing definitely impacts pretty much everybody, not just Gen Z. But I think for a lot of Gen Zers, you know, rent is definitely not as affordable as it used to be. Real wages have increased, so wages adjusted for inflation, but rent has increased much more. And that's sort of the foundation of how everyone experiences the economy. It's like where you live and how you have to pay for where you live. And so I think people look at the price of rent, they look at the price of gas, they look at the price of food. They just look at the inflation that we've experienced over the past few years, and it's sometimes just not enough to even make those real wage gains worth it.
It goes back to a term that I believe you coined, which is vibecession. The feeling that there's a vibe that we're in a recession, even though the economy is not in that place. You attribute that to what are the vibes now, especially as we head into an election?
Yeah, so the vibecession is that a disconnect between consumer sentiment and economic data, and a lot of it is structural affordability, like housing.
What's good? This game's fucking tempting me.
Elder care, these things that
to do what?
Your friend Lucas crashed, and I was rejoining. I was like, "Oh, here's this fucking police car, and you're in it."
Like, you know, GDP,
Oh, well,
They're
don't do
things
that.
are kind of these
Oh my god, I don't know if it
people
fucking flagged me
experience.
though. This game's
There's
fucking buggy
also
as fuck.
the media sentiment
I don't
that
know. I
drives
just
a lot of how people feel about their
just
economic
Oh, I
go
see
with
your
it.
friend walking
media
slowly
sentiment
towards
has
me.
trended negative
All
for
right.
a long time, and that's
Punch it
just
for me, thanks, bye.
Well, I can't
business
punch.
model in a lot of cases. And so people are reading headlines
Sorry
that are
about
quite
that, my
negative,
head popped,
dealing
but
with structural
hopefully I got you
affordability
close enough at
problems,
least.
Despite
Oh
everyone
no,
being
we're
like,
like
well, the
fucking
economy is
bazillion
okay.
blocks away.
And so there's a bit of a
I got out, so I don't
disconnect
get
there, I think,
flagged.
especially for the younger generation. They get most of their news from social media, which definitely has, you know, a little bit of clickbait phenomenon. And I think it really does drive how people experience economic circumstances. And then going into the election, that's
Yeah, my head popped, so I couldn't really help that. So.
Oh, cool, my
and
car's
so both
gone.
candidates are saying things to win, and some of that can be confusing if you
Where
don't
the
have
fuck did my
a
car
proper
go?
understanding of the economy.
That is Kyla Scanlon, who focuses on the economy on her social media channels. Kyla, thanks so much for joining us with your insights.
Thanks for having me.
Where do cars go when they DC? Oh my god.
U.S. postal workers held rallies across the country yesterday, warning of
Later, nice meeting you.
No, my god. Nick,
No, not you,
no,
not you,
Nick,
not you.
Nick.
Not you, not you,
No.
not you. Shut the hell up. Oh, alright, what do you want?
Where the
Yeah.
fuck does car... Like, dude, this is
Your
a
car-
whole bunch of fucking dog shit, dude.
More opportunity for public
Yeah.
input.
Wait, what? What are you asking me?
Where the fuck is my car?
Where are you?
Dude, like, no.
Where are
like,
you? No, where are you? Where are you?
Where I
Where
got
are you? Where
fucking
are you?
held
Where
as
are
a
you? Where are you?
hostage.
Where are you?
They
Where
got
are you?
fucking
Where are you?
kidnapped.
Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you?
Delivery of election mail and ballots in this election season. Is the Postal Service up to the job?
We believe they are.
Hardwick
Postal workers are absolutely
and
dedicated
Mellon?
to our mission in general, specifically
No,
around
Meteor,
making
Meteor.
sure that
At
people
the
in this
hospital?
country have that
Nah,
kind of access
I'm
to
at the
their ballot
bank.
box and their cherished
Oh,
right
what
to
bank?
vote on a nonpartisan
Then
basis
it's Sandy?
that the Postal
It's
Service
Felice.
can
Nah,
bring to the
it's
people.
like at the edge of
It's
Los
interesting,
Santos.
2020, almost half
Which
the
bank?
people in the
There's a
country
bank.
voted by mail. In the
It's on
midterms,
Power and
about
Hardwick.
a third of the people voted by mail.
Haywick?
It works. It's not fraudulent. Everything says that.
Power.
The audits, the recounts. Vote by mail is a great way to vote. Increases
It's in the south side? It's in the north
It's
side.
like north side.
Oh,
It's like
yeah.
I'm a lucky
by the
one. I
exit
get a
that
ballot
leads to the
automatically
desert.
to my home in Washington, D.C.,
Yeah.
and my wife and I can vote at the kitchen table. And so we encourage people to have full confidence in the Postal Service and the postal workers that will get their ballots there through the system on time. Postal Service is putting a lot of
I didn't want any of it, but it sure fucking found me.
so the people of this country can have absolute trust.
Yeah, what the hell was up with those guys? Alright, do you remember where your car was parked?
Like right in front of me. Like
No, Matt, sorry, the last garage you pulled it out of.
Well, in a moment it might, but it's such an important aspect.
Can I check through the garage thing?
Public postal
No, it
service's
won't tell
role
you.
in our society
You have to, here.
that we accept that election
Get in,
mail,
come here.
They are putting in what they call extraordinary measures, and some of those include
Alright, I'm gonna hang up.
ahead of other measures. Those measures also include
I was trying to be a good boy, then your fucking
Check here.
clearing
cop
the
friend.
election ballots.
Yeah, check here.
And that's all part of why we have the
Legion
confidence
Square?
that people of this country should have the confidence that we're going to move through. But we also are saying
Like, that guy complimented on my car. The guy that had the fast car. He said he was trailing
I
me.
didn't want him to get arrested again, so I'm just taking him to his car.
confidence that people should have in it, they will have in it. We want the people's mail to
Oh,
be
I'm so
that
sorry.
way every day of the year. Because however we choose to use the postal service, that's important to us as a postal customer patron. So part of our message is
It was stolen at a
Postal
pay.
Election Mail
Oh,
is a
okay.
company, but let's make sure that postal management puts into place those kind of things to make sure people get the kind of service every day of the year. We need more staff, for example. We can't serve the people of the country unless we have better staff. We have 10,000 less postal folks than we do records now than we did a few years back, and we got tons and tons of more packages.
Here's what's gonna blow your
That's
junk
part of the
off.
way we mail it. So there is a lot of work ahead of us to fix the problem. Management has to do it.
I reached out to the U.S. Postal Service.
We're keeping the groove alive here on the lowdown. The thing that made Los Santos special. The beat that shows people we know we living in paradise. Even if we're doing our best to screw stuff up good at proper.
Streamlined mail and package network. In your view,
Why is my tank empty?
You're gonna have to push it to a gas station. I might have died too.
My game's in a crash.
Our union accepts that the Postal Service